All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Steven Gostkowski now to kick this one off. And we are underway in Foxborough. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrill. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They go play action. Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down. On play action, Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned you have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big completion there on 3rd and short, keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 4 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready? Go!
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early, this offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go!
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They do go for it. It's Brady. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Brady going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Will we peer ahead to the Minnesota Vikings' early season schedule after a 3-1 preseason? They will start it out by hosting the 49ers, and then they go to Green Bay. That's an interesting Week 2 matchup. But what are you thinking of the Vikings? Obviously, high expectations.
High expectations, and they're not shy about facing them. And they're also not shy about making some changes in hopes of getting over the hump and getting to the Super Bowl. New quarterback in Kirk Cousins. Dalvin Cook comes back off of injury to reassume the lead running back role. And on the defensive side of the ball, they acquired Sheldon Richardson from Seattle, hoping he'll get back to his Pro Bowl level. He's on a 1-year contract, so he's betting on himself. Oh, and by the way, they actually changed out the punter in preseason as well. This team is aiming for the Super Bowl.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Let's take a peek at the Patriots' schedule before they go again here on offense, Charles. They start off, of course, with that home tilt with the Texans, then 2 on the road at Jacksonville, Detroit, and then back home for the Dolphins. Those first 2 weeks are tough.
They really are, and what I like about them, though, is there's Tom Brady. He is the present. The best maybe that's ever played the game if you ask a lot of people. But here comes Deshaun Watson from the Texans to challenge him. That's going to be a lot.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, here's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Sherrills to return it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. I want to make a quick pivot here for a second to get your MVP predictions going into week 1 of this season. Do you have Rodgers, Brady, Wentz, Brees, or is it somebody kind of off the radar a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a Russell Wilson because the offense runs through him down in Seattle, and quarterbacks always get the first look. But I'm going with the running back, Todd Gurley, Los Angeles Rams. I think he's a threat for 1,000 yards on the ground and 1,000 yards through the air. He's that type of a player.
So you're going Gurley. What about Deshaun Watson? Any shot there?
Certainly. Look at the numbers last year. When he played, they averaged over 30 points per game when he was a starter. When he didn't play, those numbers fell off in a big way.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, the last couple weeks I've been asking you about the favorites in each division. We talked about Super Bowl predictions and all that, but what about a team from each side that might surprise us a little bit this year?
Well, the one I'm going to start with in the AFC shouldn't be a surprise when you look at who they have returning from injury. And that's the Houston Texans. They were running the AFC South for a while when everyone was healthy and J.J. Watt was getting to the quarterback. Now Deshaun Watson returns, and they're an entirely different team with him at quarterback. On the NFC side, I know a lot of people are looking at the Bears, and rightly so. I love them as a trendy pick. But I'm going to take one where people are saying maybe they're a 5-win team. I don't believe that for a second. The Seattle Seahawks. I think that they will surprise people and contend in the NFC West.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen. 44 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Play action now. Cousins. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Throwing his Cousins. Buying time to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here's Cousins. Looking for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 26 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by George Iloka. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around.
No reason look out, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I make the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm this. I'm gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already there.
It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. Earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm. Have it stars. For the cream renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night till. So they see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog. To the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss to death, for protecting that. Three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, for protecting that. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger.
Money over on my install. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm this. I'm gang 3 times on my. I'm in deep, cover earth, skirt, lean back, give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf, God can't tell me nothing. Right there's on my death certificate. I gave you power, 21 questions like who you're warning, watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words, get money. Tonight's the night, guess who's back on my block? Rather unique, Bucktown, this on that quiet storm, T-O-N-Y, top of New York, with a pitchfork.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways. He said you look this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina. Belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all Gangsta don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you at the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, for Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gangsta don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah, yeah.
Buddha
Yeah.
bless the spirit.
Chill. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Pocket splitters. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt, then sell it. Free mind. Cash them out, we bellin'. Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. I swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Whip that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring the. I do. Don't want no. They pull up with they. It's times 3. This how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs than PJs. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Splash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
Ice the game. Breathe the dub.